Welcome to Singapore and the new Tanjong course at Sentosa Golf Club, which this year plays host to the 10th Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. Organised by the RNA, the Masters Tournament and the Asia Pacific Golf Confederation, the 2018 edition brings together 120 of the best amateurs in the region. Since its 2016 redesign, the new Tanjong has already hosted multiple elite tournaments, so the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship is a worthy addition to an already impressive resume.
Similar strategy through the whole 18, but the front nine's definitely not as difficult. The teeth come out in the back nine.
And if the tight fairways and testing lines off the tees aren't enough to get a player's attention, the bunkering most certainly will. Andrew Johnston went straight to the master for guidance before redesigning the new Tanjong layout. So while there are only 49 bunkers in play, each is an integral part of the course's challenge.
The shapes and characteristics, we really studied what McKenzie did in the Sandbelt area, that Melbourne Sandbelt area, went down to Royal Melbourne, Kingston Heath, really kind of looked at it and came back with something that I think if he was alive today, he would smile at how well we put it together with his kind of themes and styles.
And as the players will find out this week, as they tackle the 6,847-yard par 70 layout, things don't get any easier if you manage to safely negotiate the fairways and the sand.
All 18 greens, I'm proud to say, are quite different, and they all have their own personality. Some of the greens are dome-shaped. You have very subtle undulations on the green, and the runoffs are very tricky. So if you do not place the ball in the right position, you find that you have a very tricky putt, and if you over-putt on the slope, you find the ball running all the way down.
I personally believe if you're on the green, you should have an opportunity to make the putt. My design style really isn't about big roly-poly greens.
So after months of preparation, Singapore is now set to host one of the golfing world's marquee amateur events. And whoever joins the honour roll as the 2018 Asia Pacific Amateur Champion knows they will have mastered every element of their game around the new Tanjong.
In some of the very long golf courses, you're just using your woods and your fairway woods, and then you're getting on the green, so there's not enough character in the course. A good course with character is one where you have to use your skill on almost every club that you have in the bag. And I dare say with the new Tanjong, that applies for sure.
Welcome to the new Tanjong in Singapore, home to the 2018 Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. The event brings together 120 of the best golfers in the region from 39 countries. And the player with the target on his back heading into the tournament is Australia's Min Woo Lee. At 9, he's higher than anyone else in the field on the World Amateur Golf Ranking.
Yeah, it's nice to get a bit of attention. Obviously, I've done something right to get to this stage and be the best ranked playing this tournament, so that's a big motivator. I think a few people can get caught up in it and I guess get carried away, but I know I've still got to play good golf to win.
Min Woo arrived in Singapore with some unfinished business to sort. 12 months ago in Wellington, he led the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship after 36 holes. He ended up finishing in a tie for third.
Yeah, I'd like to have the opportunity again to play and be in that situation and handle it better. Yeah, just the whole last year till now, I've had opportunities and lots of tournaments that I played, so hopefully I can learn off that.
Now in its 10th year, the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship was founded to promote the growth of golf. A decade in, its mission accomplished, because it's something that all the up-and-coming players in the region are now firmly focused on.
This is massive. Top 6 of each country get to play, and we all want to fight to get that position because it's one way of getting to the Masters. If you're the 7th spot, you're not going to get the opportunity. So for the younger generation, it's a big deal.
Min Woo is a part of yet another strong Aussie contingent at this year's tournament. The entire Golf Australia squad in Singapore is ranked inside the top 60 on the World Amateur Golf Ranking.
We're a team and we all push each other. You want to be the one that comes out on top. I guess that's the mindset of all the Aussies. Just being in that team environment is special, having a few coaches, having a manager.
Min Woo has already been playing in professional events up in Asia. It'll only be a win this week that delays his transition to the pro game.
To get to just play the Asia Pacific people, this is one big event that we all look forward to.
It's been an incredible 12 months for China's Yuxin LIN. He was understandably all smiles as he arrived at the 2018 Asia Pacific Amateur Championship in Singapore as the tournament's defending champion. The only downside to that, it meant giving back the trophy he so memorably won in New Zealand.
Time flies. Like I have no idea. It was like a year ago, and yeah, like a few days ago when I was actually bringing my trophy here to Singapore, it felt kind of weird. You know, I wish I could, you know, keep it at home for a bit longer.
The title was certainly won in impressive fashion in a final day shootout at Royal Wellington with his China teammate Andy Zhong. The long-hitting left-hander produced a grandstand finish. He drove the par 4 17th to set up a birdie, then produced one of the great shots in tournament history on the par 5 final hole.
It was 216 to the flag. I wasn't actually aiming at the flag. I just hit a really good shot and then like 7 feet short of the hole.
Fittingly, he rolled the putt for eagle to finish off a brilliant 65.
I don't think that's my best shot in the week. I think that the drive on 17 was better than the 5-iron. But the 5-iron's like a magical club because I made like an albatross the week before I won.
Yuxin became the third player from China to win the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. For a teenager, it suddenly opened a number of doors, which he wasn't expecting would happen quite this quickly.
Yeah, it was an amazing feeling. It's definitely a dream come true for any amateurs to play in 2 majors in a year. Really learned a lot from all of the players, and I think I've improved a lot through these 2 major championships.
First up was a trip to Augusta National for the 2018 Masters Tournament. He missed the cut after firing rounds of 79 and 80, but left the first major championship of the season with a lifetime of memories.
I mean, I've dreamt about playing Augusta when I was a little kid, like 8 or 9. Like I didn't realize I would have the opportunity to play at Augusta at the age of 17. I played with DJ, Jason Day, and Tony Finau. It's definitely one of the best experiences I've ever had throughout my career.
Next up was a spot in the 147th Open, where he teed it up on one of the most imposing courses on the rota. Carnoustie won the first round battle, Yuxin fired an 80, but he bounced back impressively with a 74, finishing with a par at the last.
That's my first experience with actual true links courses. I had a great time over there. Only thing is, the fairways are kind of pretty hard and firm, and we're playing it like really tough.
After a 12 months that most golf lovers can only dream of, it's understandable that Yuxin is hoping he can repeat the process around the new Tanjong. A win in 2018 would see him join PGA Tour star Hideki Matsuyama as the tournament's only other back-to-back champion.
It's definitely different than last year. Well, you're the defending champion, even though I don't feel any pressure at all, but it's definitely a great motivation for me to try to keep my game sharp and do it again this year.
Day 1 of the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship at Sentosa's new Tanjong in Singapore. With 120 players from 39 Asia Pacific nations teeing it up, The quality of the field matched the rewards on offer for the winner. A guaranteed start at both the 2019 Masters Tournament and the 148th Open at Royal Portrush. Donovan Lee from the host nation hit the very first shot of the championship, beginning what would be a day of red-hot golf. Naraji Ramadan from Indonesia was one of the best of the early starters. He had 6 birdies in a round of 66. Defending champion Yuxin LIN is on the comeback trail following a wrist injury. He recovered nicely from a double on 7 and signed for a 69. Korea's Jin-Bo HA produced this second shot into the 18th. The result, a sensational eagle and a round of 66. Min Woo Lee is the top-ranked player in the field, and he played like it on day one. 5 birdies and a single bogey in his 4-under round. There are 3 players tied at -5. Lloyd Jefferson Go from the Philippines posted his 65 early. He carded 7 birdies in his round. Yonghua Liu's day was a bit more adventurous. He went out in 1 over par before lighting it up on the back 9, coming home in 29 shots. The player with perhaps the most pedigree on the leaderboard is China's Cheng Jin. He won the tournament in 2015 and is well placed to do it again. But the man they are all chasing is Australia's David Micheluzzi. He went out in an impressive 33 and after splitting the middle of the 18th fairway was eyeing off at least matching that total on the inward 9. Then he produced this as his approach. The spectacular eagle, the perfect way to set a new course record 64 at the new Tanjong, and good enough for a 1-shot lead. So it's Micheluzzi ahead of Go, Jin and Liu. In all, 29 of the 120 players finished under par, setting the stage for an exciting day 2 at the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. Singapore's new Tanjong was once again picture perfect for round 2 of the 10th Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. And the 120 players from 39 Asia Pacific countries and territories all teed off with the same thought in the back of their minds: the priceless guaranteed starts at the Masters and the Open in 2019 that await the winner. David Micheluzzi started with a 1-shot lead after his spectacular eagle to finish the opening round. Things were a bit tougher for the AAC rookie on day 2. He fired a 1 over 71, but at 5 under is still right in the mix at the halfway mark. His Australian teammate Min Woo Lee is the top-ranked player in the field, and the world number 9 is well within striking distance heading into the weekend. He birdied 2 of the last 3 to also finish at 5 under. Sadom Khaokanjana is 1 spot behind Lee on the World Amateur Golf Ranking. He's hoping to become the first Thai winner of the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. The 66 certainly helped the cause. On a very crowded leaderboard, Korea's Jin-Bo HA is also right there, thanks to a very impressive 67. He's won back alongside Zheng Kai Bai, who is looking to become the tournament's 4th Chinese winner. New Zealand's Daniel Hillier earned shot of the day honours with this for birdie at 18. A nice finish to a 65 that helped him climb back up the standings after a first round 72. But at the halfway mark, there are 2 names atop the leaderboard. 12 months ago in Wellington, Lloyd Jefferson Go was in contention before a final round 76. He's looking to rectify that setback in 2018, and rounds of 65 and 67 have positioned him perfectly to do just that. Go's best of the day, this for birdie at 9. He sits alongside China's Zheng Qin at 8 under, who knows all about winning the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. He lifted the trophy back in 2015. And with a share of the lead heading into the weekend, his chances of joining Hideki Matsuyama as a 2-time champion are very strong. So it's Jin and Go by a shot. But with 20 players within 6 of the lead, the stage is set for a gripping final 36 holes at the 2018 Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. Heading into the weekend of the 2018 Asia Pacific Amateur Championship, Lloyd Jefferson Go once again finds himself in contention for one of amateur golf's marquee tournaments. 12 months ago in Wellington, he was right in the mix for the first 3 days before he slid down the leaderboard with a final round 76. With 36 holes to go and nobody in front of him, the 23-year-old from the Philippines hopes that some lessons well learned will be the difference by the time Sunday afternoon at Sentosa.
I try to approach this Asia Pacific just like any other tournament. I've blown more tournaments than I did last year, you know? So like I've learned from all my past experience, like just be patient, just whenever you hit a bad shot, don't really think about it, you know? Just keep going, keep grinding. If it's for you, it's for you.
Despite not wanting to get too ahead of himself, the player known as LJ admits the life-changing rewards on offer to the winner of the 2018 Asia Pacific Amateur Championship are in the back of his mind. The Asia Pacific Amateur Champion also gets a start in the Open, which next year is being held for the first time at Royal Portrush. For most young amateur players, the prospect of tackling the historic links on the Open Rota would be daunting. Lloyd Jefferson can't wait to try his luck.
People keep saying I'm gonna be good in the links course because they said my ball flights low and all that, but I really don't know. It's just like, I've never been to Europe, so it'd be nice to, if ever I win, I could go up there and like see how golf is like up there. I mean, that's where golf started, and it'd be nice.
A graduate of Seton Hall University with a degree in accounting and finance, LJ is grateful for everything that 4 years of college in America has done for him, both on and off the course.
Definitely, there's a lot more facilities in the United States compared to, let's say, the Philippines and where I'm from. So that's a big help. But I think what really helped me succeed playing collegiate golf was my teammates, my coach. It was like the bonding we had and how much we liked each other, how much we forced to push each other. So I think that's what really made me a better player, spending 4 years over there.
With the chance to turn pro beckoning, this could be Lloyd's last Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. As a result, it's become a real family affair for the Goes, although it turns out that is not an unusual occurrence.
My dad's caddying for me. Both my parents have caddied for me in the past, and it's nice having someone you know in the bag, and just like, you know, they try to help you make comfortable and like calms your nerves a little bit. So I think that's a big factor.
The Asia Pacific Amateur Championship was founded to grow the game of golf in this part of the world. The 2018 edition has 120 players from 39 different Asia Pacific countries and territories teeing it up. Now at the end of a memorable first decade of existence, clearly the mission is working.
Everything you've done for us this week and the past 10 years, it's been awesome, and hopefully you guys keep doing this. Just in golf in general, Asia's booming for golf, you know, a lot of tours here and there, and you'll see more Asian players now on the PGA Tour, so I think that's a good sign.
Another scorchingly hot day at Sentosa's new Tanjong for the third round of the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. And the standard of golf matched the Singapore temperatures. Indonesia's Naraji Ramadan was in the first group of the day and set the tone for what was to come. A superb 63, and he's right in the mix heading into Sunday. Playing in his third AAC, Rayhan Thomas signed for a bogey-free 65, and at 7 under will carry the hopes of India into the final round. There were birdies to be had all around the course, and Team Japan took full advantage. Takumi Kanaya posted a 64. He's at -8 and just 2 back. His teammate Keita Nakajima rolled this putt for birdie at the last to join him. The going was a bit tougher for co-overnight leader Lloyd Jefferson Go, who made the turn in 1 over. but he fought back strongly on the run home and will start the final round just one back of the leader. Thailand has never produced an Asia-Pacific amateur champion. KK Limbasut is hoping to change that, and with a round to play, sits at 8 under. But the story of day 3 was the performance of Team China. In 2017 at Royal Wellington, they filled 4 of the first 5 spots, and that is definitely on the cards again with 18 holes to play. Andy Zhong is only 3 back, while 2015 champion Cheng Jin started the day with a share of the lead, and after an even par 70, trails by 2. He finished alongside teammate Zheng Kai Bai, who fired a 1 under par 69. But they are all looking up to the defending champion Yuxin LIN, who stormed to the top of the leaderboard with a spectacular Saturday round. The 18-year-old left-hander birdied 4 of the first 5 holes, on his way to making the turn in just 29 shots. The birdies kept coming on the back 9, and as a result, Naraji Ramadan's course record 63 only lasted half a day, as Lin signed for the lowest round of his career, a new Tanjong course record 62. He's now in the driver's seat to make it back-to-back Asia-Pacific Amateur Championships. So it's Lin by a shot on a tightly packed leaderboard, and with 18 players within 7 strokes of the lead, anything could happen on the final day in Singapore. Day 4 of the 2018 Asia-Pacific Amateur Championship at Sentosa's new Tanjong. And for one player in the field, it would become a life-changing day, with the winner off to both the Masters Tournament and the 148th Open at Royal Portrush in 2019. China's Yuxin LIN started as the favourite with a 1-shot lead after a spectacular 62 the day before, but the defending champion was unable to repeat his Saturday heroics. He finished 5 under. Cheng Jin was another former winner in contention, but the 2015 champion came home in 37 and signed for an even par final round of 70 to finish in 6th place. But as hosts of the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship in 2019, Team China will once again be strong contenders in Shanghai. Japan's Takumi Kanaya was the big mover early. He was 4 under through 6 and at one stage held the outright lead. He was soon joined by teammate Keita Nakajima, who made the turn in 32. The championship was still well and truly up for grabs heading into the back 9. India's Rehan Thomas another to stake a claim. Lloyd Jefferson Go started just 1 back, but the top player from the Philippines couldn't get anything going on the run home and finished outright 4th. As the wet weather arrived for the closing stages, it became a race in 3. Nakajima, Kanaya and Thomas. Nakajima led by 1 at 12 under. Kanaya joined him when this approach into 14 set up a birdie. He then moved 1 ahead with this putt at 15. Thomas needed something special coming home to become India's first winner, but couldn't quite find it. But a final round 66 was something to be proud of. Kanaya took the aggressive approach on the par 5 16th, going for the green in 2. And that paid off big time. A 2-putt followed, and he'd made 3 birdies in a row. A steady finish by the leader was all that was needed, and Kanaya did just that. Holding out for a brilliant final round 65 to become Japan's 2nd Asia-Pacific Amateur Champion after Hideki Matsuyama's back-to-back wins in 2010 and 2011.
I'm proud to win this tournament. I'm excited for Masters and the Open.
So it's Kanaya's day, finishing 2 clear of teammate Nakajima and Rehan Thomas, while Malaysia claimed the low round on Sunday with Irfan Chang's 64. But to the victor go the spoils. Congratulations to Kumi Kanaya, winner of the 2018 Asia Pacific Amateur Championship.